Hey guys, it's Jack here. This is my second deck feature for Metafy. Today I'm going to be featuring Dragapult EX. I think it's one of the strongest decks in the format. So let's run through the list and I'll talk about card inclusions, card considerations, and how it does against the meta. So first off, obviously we have our Dragapult. We have 3 Dragapult, 4 Dragcloak, and 4 Dreepy. This is the best line configuration you can have for Dragapult. It's standard, it's what everyone else plays. I don't see any reason to change it. And then we have, of course, our Dusknoir line, a 3-1-2 line. I like having 3 Duskull because it just makes it easier to establish one on the board. I know some Dragapult lists have not been playing the Dusknoir line. For right now, I do think the Dusknoir line is needed. I think it's really good against Raging Bolt. I think it's really good against Terra Box, and in general, it's just such a good card. I think you need it. And then for our one-ofs, we have 4 different basic Pokemon. We have a Hawlucha. Right now, Hawlucha is very strong. It can put 1 damage counter on something like a Fez, and then you can counter catcher it up and knock it out with Dragapult. Or you can line up damage and take a multi-prize turn with Hawlucha as well. I think Hawlucha is very strong. I play 1 Badoo and 1 Ursaluna. 1 Badoo, I know some decks have considered 2 or more, especially in the slower version of Dragapult with no Dusknoir. I like 1 right now. I think Monkey Dory is everywhere. Badoo's not great into Monkey Dory at all. So 1 is enough. And Ursaluna. I debated on Ursaluna because I'm a little afraid of starting with it. But all in all, I think the card is just a little too strong right now not to play in this deck, or at least in decks that you can play it in. It's so good against Terra Box. It's so good against Raging Bolt. And so good against just whatever else, especially Fez and Dippity if they have a bench sitter and you need to knock it out. Not only that, but you also play Dusknoir, and Dusknoir and Ursaluna kind of go hand in hand because you can control how many prizes your opponent takes with Dusknoir and attack with Ursaluna faster than your opponent might anticipate. Really strong. So now let's get into the trainers. I'm playing 1 stadium. It's just going to be an Artisan. I think Artisan is just a solid stadium. I was going to play Jamming Tower, but Jamming Tower kind of hurts Dragapult, and if you play Jamming Tower, then you can't stop your opponent's Jamming Tower. So I need a stadium with a different name. Artisan was the best pick. I play 3 different tools. I play EXP Share, I play Evolution, and a Rescue Board. Rescue Board is just a solid card. I like Evolution. Some of them have been taking it out. I think Evolution is still really good, especially since you're playing Arven. It's just really nice to get your Evolution going and things like that. We know how strong of a card it is. Well, I'm also playing EXP Share. As you can see, there's no crystal in here. I'm playing a different A-Spec. EXP Share kind of doubles as a crystal. Obviously, it's weaker, but you can't really turn it off without Jamming Tower, hence why I play Artisan. And typically, it does get the bonus effect. It's really nice. And then for our items, I play 4 Ultra Ball, of course, 4 Buddy Poffin, of course, and 2 Nest Ball. Standard, you need to play 4-4-2. You can maybe cut a Buddy for a Nest Ball, but I really wouldn't. I think you really need to guarantee you get your Dreepy and Duskull down turn 1, so I would just stick with that. And then for our A-Spec, we do play Unfair Stamp. I think Unfair Stamp is so strong right now. Like I said, especially in an Arven deck, Arven can just search for it, and even on turn 2, you can Unfair Stamp and then play another supporter if you didn't even have to Arven for it. It's such a strong card. It's especially good against Noctowl decks if you can Unfair Stamp them early, maybe kill a Hoot with a Dusknoir, or maybe a Hawlucha Dragapult combo, and really just dead their hand. I think it's really strong right now. That's why I think I'm not going to play Crystal. Of course, we have 2 Counter Catcher. These are your Gust of choice in the deck. There's nothing much I can really say beyond that. Obviously, it's really good with Dusknoir, but the deck itself just plays from behind anyway, so it's usually live. 2 Rare Candy. I don't think you need more than 2. I don't think you should play 0 because it's still really good with Dusknoir and an early Dragapult if you need to. And, of course, it's searchable by Arven. Rare Candy's just always been a solid card in this deck. 1 Earthen Vessel. I've seen some decks play 2. I think 1 will suffice. You usually don't use it, but it's nice to have with Evolution. For me, I typically like to play 1 Earthen Vessel, 1 Evolution if I'm playing, if I'm not playing Evolution, then I can consider taking Earthen Vessel out. But being able to Arven, if you get your buddy Poffins, being able to Arven for an Evolution and Earthen Vessel going second is really important. 2 Night Stretcher, another self-explanatory card, very strong card in this deck. Just lets you get back your attackers, especially your 1-ofs. Now for supporters, I play a Turo Scenario. So I'm a little afraid, like I said, of starting Ursaluna. Well, Turo kind of helps you beam that back up. Of course, it can also heal things, and it can help you reuse Hawlucha if you need to. I play 1 boss. I think 3 gust effects are totally fine. You're usually damaging things on the bench, so you don't usually need to gust because you're doing some strategic damage placement and things like that. So I think 1 boss is fine. It's not really a consistency supporter anyway. So, and then I got Crispin. 1 Crispin, of course. You're not playing Crystal. I think Crispin's really strong right now. I only play 1 though because you don't usually need to use it more than once. So I think 1 has been just fine and it's totally the right number. And then I play 4 Arven, of course, and 4 Iono. Iono with Dusknoir is so broken, and I need to draw a supporter. Some decks play Research. I'm not too crazy about Research. Usually you want to keep stuff in your hand, and if you Research away, like maybe an EXP share, you can't get it back, and that might just totally screw you down the road. So 4 Iono is my choice. I think 4 Iono is really good with Dusknoir. And of course we have our 3 and 3 energy of Psychic and Fire. Pretty standard. And pretty much that's the list. Now for certain matchups, there's certain things you have to do. Obviously against Goldango, Goldango can be really hard. Badoo is really important. Maybe if you're seeing a lot of Goldango in your locals, 2 Badoo might be the way. If you don't see a lot of Terrabox or Raging Bolt for whatever reason, you could take this out and put in like a Devo. Devo is a lot better against walls. Obviously, this can attack like into a Melodic if you're playing against walls, but I think Devo is a little bit more reliable since you can search it with Arven, and it's just nice to have if you're playing against a lot of Evolution decks. For Atlanta, I think there's going to be a lot more basic decks, so that's why I'm playing Ursaluna. And then, like I said previously, no Dusknoir, maybe a slower version of Dragapult with many more Badoo and things like that could be good in a specific meta. Right now, I think it's just too weak into Raging Bolt and stuff like that. So I'm going to shuffle up, and we're going to do 1 test hand and see how it sets up. Hopefully I don't start Ursaluna because that's not a great look. I swear it's not a problem. You can usually figure out a way. All right, guys, I'm going to run through a quick little game. We're going to do the first couple of turns and just see how it sets up. All right, let's see what our opening hand is. We won the coin flip. We decided to go second. All right, so we got a Duskull, we got a Buddy Buddy, and an Iono. We didn't get an energy for the evolution, but that's okay. Maybe we'll get it off the top deck. So we're going to start with Duskull here, and we'll draw for our turn. Oh, wow. Okay, nice. We got the energy. So we'll Buddy Buddy here. We'll get our 2 Dreepy, of course. Boom. And then we will go right back in with the evolution right after I don't know. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. Put down the Duskull. We'll Buddy Buddy again. We'll take a look how many Dragapult we have. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. Hopefully, we prized the rest of our Dreepies, so let's get another Duskull. And we'll evolution while we're in there. Get those 2 Dreepies evolved. That's a pretty good turn 1, I will say. Alright, this Duskull's probably getting knocked out, right? So we'll send up a Dracloak. We'll draw for turn. We'll go ahead and recon directive. I think we want some energy here. There it is. Ooh, we got a Crispin too. We got Crispin. I think Crispin's actually better. So we'll go ahead and play that Crispin because we're gonna want to recon without the energy in our deck. Go ahead and recon again. Now we want a rare candy here. Oh, Artisan. I'll take the Artisan, but I'm not going to play it. Dragapult. And we'll go ahead and attack. Turn 2 attack is great. It's a really great thing. Oh, we had an Ultra Ball. Wait, hold on. Well, actually, Ultra Ball are... we actually don't need Artisan here. No, we do. We should keep it. We should keep it. A lot of decks play Jamming Tower. I didn't see the Ultra Ball. We're definitely getting a Fez here. And we're in a Fez for 3 prior to the attack. Sorry about that. Oh, yeah, see, that worked out. We could put the rescue board on Fez, but I like to just hold it here. Now we attack. Alright, now our third turn, this will probably be the last turn I show you guys. We'll just draw. We'll try to maintain our board state so we get the Dust and War out. It's really good. We can put the rescue board on here because they're not doing much. And we can either Dust and War, take some prizes, and Iono them, because we know we have our Dreepies prize, right? Prize checking in this deck is really important because when you play any sort of Dust and War deck, knowing what's in your prizes can lead to more knowledge about the game state. So for me, I do want to establish more Dreepy because I only have 1 and 1. So I think this turn, since I have an Iono, I am always Curse Blasting and trying to knock out something. Even if it doesn't yield me a Dreepy, at least I can try to take 4 with Dragapult after the Curse Blast. I also have Iono, like I said, so the Iono would hit hard too. Because you give them a prize, they'll be at 4, he'll be at 6, probably. And boom, that's exactly what we wanted. We wanted energy here. We have the Counter Catcher to really do some damage if we need to. We also have another Rare Candy Dust Noir with a Counter Catcher, with an Ursaluna. You can recon directive. Let's just see what's on top. Oh yeah, we're definitely taking the Dragapult here. So we're really rocking here. So I think that's kind of how the deck plays. 2 GP prize is a little unfortunate, but yeah, I really like this deck. I think it's hard to play, but it's really rewarding if you learn it. And I do think it's very strong right now. So thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll be putting on YouTube. I'm starting a YouTube channel. I'm going to be putting these on YouTube. The Metafy will still have the deck list and some notes. So if you want to buy the Metafy, you can. If you just want to watch a YouTube video, you also can do that. But I appreciate the support, and I'll have more coming out soon. Thanks.